Welcome back. It is Pavy's Daily Takes. I'm very sorry that I missed yesterday for you guys, but yesterday just whatever I doing. Yesterday was a rough morning, and also I just didn't exactly have much to say in the morning time. But now I have a lot to say. I'm doing this right after the Bucks Magic game. Obviously the Bucks just lost, I think in shocking fashion. I think when I even did my playoff preview, I said Bucks in 1. I was grossly wrong. I underestimated the Magic. I shouldn't have, because defensively they are a very sound team, and they have been defensively a very sound team all season. I just thought that, missing Jonathan Isaac, I think realistically, but before he got hurt during the season, I think that he was arguably, if at least a candidate for defensive player of the year. I thought, missing him, and not having him to guard Giannis, also not having Aaron Gordon to guard Giannis, also not having Mo Bamba, who I know, we shout out my homie Damien. He was like, yo, what's Bamba gonna do? I'm like, yo, Bamba is still six fouls to use on Giannis. He also is long, 7'2". I think he can at least offer some resistance. But they won. They played great team basketball. Now, granted, I don't think that they'll win the series. I think that they will make it very competitive for the Bucks. But I do think that a lot of things we saw today were worrisome from the Bucks. Reason being is because I don't think the Bucks have done anything or showed anything in that game to dispel some of the, I think, common concerns that a lot of people have had about the Bucks. I don't want to say historically, but kind of like over the Giannis tenure. I don't think they did anything to dispel any of the concerns that people have. For one, the others today weren't good. Eric Bledsoe wasn't good to me. 15 points, 11 for 5, 5 for 11 from the field, but 1 for 5 from 3. Shooting 20% from 3. I see that happen with him too many times in the playoffs, and he just goes cold from distance. And if he can't get to the rim, he's not really making a huge impact. I also think that, like I said last year when I watched the Toronto series, I thought that Coach Bud stuck with Bledsoe too long. I even think in this game, Coach Bud stuck with Bledsoe a little bit too long. I did appreciate the fact that George Hill finished out the game because George Hill was a better shooter. I think that with Giannis on the court, you need shooting as much as possible. Brook Lopez got cooked for 33 points by Vucevic. A guy in Brook Lopez, who I thought should have been at least in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. His performance was unacceptable. 0-4 from 3, can't have that either. That's unacceptable. Minus 11 he had, if I'm not mistaken. He was tied for the worst plus minus on the team with actually George Hill, who was actually a minus 11 as well. Chris Middleton, 4 of 12, 33% from the field, 33% from 3, 66% from the field, 4 turnovers, a minus 8, 14 points. Chris Middleton is a guy who not historically, but throughout the season has been a 50, at least close to a 50, 40, 90 level of player. This isn't going to get it done, bro. Like, this is not the performance that we expect from Chris Middleton. 33%, 33% from the field and from the line. This is not the performance that we expect from you. This is not the performance that Chris Middleton can give if the Bucks want to be a championship team. Because again, like I saw down the stretch today, I think Giannis was, if I'm not mistaken, 0 of 5 down the stretch, maybe like 0 of 6 down the stretch. Giannis still, down the stretch is in the fourth. Giannis still hasn't shown us that he can craft a skilled bucket. So in these times when you need skilled buckets, a lot of that weight will fall on Chris Middleton. And if he can't craft a skilled bucket, then who's supposed to craft a skilled bucket on this basketball team? It became to the point where, there was still a 14-point lead, which in bubble ball is very manageable. Even if it is 6 minutes left, a 14-point lead is wildly manageable. You've seen, teams have 10 points leads with 2 minutes left, and the game is within 2 with 20 seconds left on the clock. So a 14-point lead is still manageable. And Giannis was basically a decoy. Literally a decoy. Outside of the 1-3 he took was smack the glass, he was basically a decoy. Like getting the ball, turning around, looking for others, setting screens, being a decoy. And I just think that to have your best player, your MVP, be a guy that you don't necessarily know if you can go to down the stretch, I think that that's cause for concern. Especially, again, if a guy like Middleton is going to have the performance that he had today. Now, granted, the Magic did things that I don't know if they'll replicate. Like I said, I don't think that Vucevic will have 35 points every game. If he does, watch out. I don't think he'll have 35 points every game. For some reason, Game 1 DJ Augustine is a real phenomenon. Like, there's Game 6 Clay, and there's Game 1 DJ Augustine, and there's Elimination Game Mike. Mike, and also Elimination Game Braun, Elimination Game Braun, there's Game 6 Clay, and there's Game 1 Augustine. For whatever reason, DJ Augustine in Game 1s catches the Holy Ghost and makes an impact that I didn't see him making. Even though even last year, I remember when I said I could see DJ Augustine outplaying Kyle Lowry in one game, which is why I thought that the series would go 5. Here, DJ Augustine has 11 points and 11 assists, and I personally think controlled the pace. Honestly, I personally think he controlled the pace of the game when he was on the court. I mean, he was a +4. Also, Terrence Ross probably had, I think, especially with the fact that Evan Fournier didn't really wake up until the fourth quarter, I think the performance that Terrence Ross arguably was the player of the game for the Magic. I mean, even with him going in there, helping out on the boards, I thought that every rebound he had, every rebound he had was big. Him going out, sorry about that, but I thought that him, having every rebound was big. The rebounds that he, did have, especially with, Vucci man being really tasked to really box out. He did have 14 boards, but there were certain points in times in which he couldn't get to the glass. So it's like you really had to team rebound and gang rebound, especially when you have a guy like Giannis out there who can gobble up every rebound if you let him. So the guards really have to come in there. The guards and wings really have to come in there and rebound. And I thought that Terrence Ross did a great job of that. Also with just being athletic and posing trouble for Chris Middleton. I think one of the reasons why Chris Middleton wasn't as successful as he normally is because he really had to really go out there and guard Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross is one of the more athletic players in the league, and I think that posed some issue for Chris Middleton. And maybe I don't know, just speculating, maybe he was more tired and didn't have the same energy that he normally has for offense today. But again, like I said, I don't think that it's too much cause for concern. I think that the Bucks will win the series. I don't think that the Magic will replicate this performance again, so I think the Bucks will win this series. Maybe it was good for him, maybe it was good to come out and get punched in the mouth and have to respawn. This is also a very interesting situation to see the Bucks in, because I think that for most of the year the Bucks have been front runners. They really don't get into too many games in which they have to win these games. For the most part, they have most games won by the third quarter. You can even tell by Coach Bud's rotations. Like Giannis ended up playing 34 minutes tonight. That's not gonna get it done. I'm sorry. I want my MVP player in these situations in a playoff setting playing at least 36, 37, 38 minutes. I think that that's more what needs to get done. So we don't even know what Giannis looks like if he has to extend minutes, because for the most part, you don't see him play 40, 41 minutes, 42 minutes, which is something that he may have to play, later on in these rounds if the Bucks want to accomplish the things that I assume that they want to accomplish this season. But again, like I said, I don't think it's too much cause of concern. I think they will win this series, but going forward, I just saw a lot of things today from the Bucks that didn't at all dispel anything, any of the concerns that we've had about them. And also with Giannis is also shooting as bad as he ever has from the free throw line. Today he shot 44%, but on the season I think he's at like 60. So also the fact you can't create a skilled bucket. Also, along with not being able to create a skill bucket, you may not even want to stand on that line when it's winning time, because again, you shoot 60% from the free throw line on the season, which is as bad as he's ever shot from the free throw line. I think as a team today they shot 63%. But a lot of that is because, again, your best player is taking 9 free throws and he shot 44%. He made 4 of them, so he missed 5. So out of the 10 missed free throws, he missed half of them. So again, like I said, I don't think the Bucks did anything today to dispel a lot of the questions and concerns that we have about them. Again, I think that they'll win this series. Maybe it could be good for them. Like I said, come out and get punched in the mouth. Have to respond, because again, we haven't really seen the Bucks have to respond or deal with that much adversity that much this year at all, because they just been blowing people out. I think their point differential was actually historic this season. Check it. Fact check me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Put it in the comments. But yeah, I don't think they really had to fight through much adversity this season. And honestly, I think in the bubble is the first time they really had to deal with any adversity this season. And yeah, so I think it'll be very, very interesting to see. But kudos to Orlando for their performance. And yeah, it's been Pavi's Daily Takes. Talk to you guys later.
Flex, subtle flex, subtle